Ruth, close that door.
Oh, don't wear your hat in the house, Daddy.
My head gets cold.
Well, I'd better shut this window.
Never mind now. Leave it open. There's where that draft is coming from. This family pays as much attention to me as if I was whittled out of pine. Doors open. Oh, here comes Jane.
Well,
will you close that door? Family ought to live outdoors.
Hello, Jane.
hello, Ma.
My, but it's good to get the work done early and sit down for a minute. Pa, your hat looks awful in the house.
It looks just the same outside.
Thought I'd come over, Ma. It gets so lonesome with Ben away at Atlantic City.
What is he doing over there?
You know, at the Shriners Convention.
Yeah, he can get it over there.
It's the expressman. Oh, I'll bet Kate ordered some things home from New York.
Kate.
I'll get them.
I'll sign for them, Ruth. You bring them
What's coming now? Hey, don't sign for anything till I see what they are.
Why, they're for Kate. Don't drop them, Ruth. They're for that house party in Atlantic City.
I told her she could have one new dress.
Ruth ought to be the one to have some new dresses. She hasn't had a thing this summer except her graduation dress.
You promised me one, Daddy.
Well, you're not going to graduate again.
Oh, there's Kate. The bus is driving away.
But, now, 25 cents more.
Hello, Kate. Hello, Ruth.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, dear. Hello. Hello, Jane. Kiss me, Father. My, take your hat off. No wonder you're getting bald.
If I wasn't bald, I wouldn't need it, would I? That is a new hat you have on, too, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Did my other things come yet? Yes, they're upstairs. Oh, wonderful. You know, those big stores are so obliging when you have a charge account.
Father, they just look you up and give me anything I want.
Oh.
That's a dear. Keep your hat off.
No.
I didn't get half what I needed.
Now listen, Kate.
Father, don't tear your hat. Oh, well, he needs a new one.
He was married in that hat.
Looks as if he was born in it.
How much of them bundles?
Them. Those. Gracious, I'm discouraged about ever writing anymore when I hear the grammar of this family.
Well, your grammar doesn't make enough to pay for them. Look at it. Stuffed dogs.
Oh, Pa. Well, it may pay for them yet. Did you go to the art gallery? Oh, no. You never meet anybody at the art gallery except people from Cleveland. Huh? Oh, one of the men I was with on a party said that. We had supper at the Biltmore. Oh, it was glorious. Met ever so many well-known people. The most intense writer, 2 theatrical managers, and a prima donna.
You didn't happen to meet any pool players, did you?
Don't be ridiculous, Father.
How much of them, those dresses?
Then those dresses were very reasonable considering the quality. Not over $1,100 for all.
Oh, it's no use. I'm going to sell the house.
Oh, for goodness sake.
And I must go to Atlantic City tomorrow.
Why, I thought you were going Thursday, Kate.
Well, I did intend to, but I must go tomorrow. That's what I wanted to tell you all.
But isn't he going to stay for the house party?
Who?
Duke, of course.
Duke? I didn't even know he was in Atlantic City.
Didn't you get them dresses for Duke?
Certainly not.
You didn't. I'd like to know who you did get them for.
Well, you'll know soon enough, and you'll find they were a very good investment. Come on up and look at my things.
Now, Kate, now listen.
Now, I'm not going to be miserable for the one day I'm here, and after that, you'll all find out. My chance is coming. They thought my voice was lovely, and the director said I had a personality.
Who said you had that? A doctor?
A director.
Come on, Ma. I'm going out to the icebox.
We've got some milk.
You would have.
Yeah. I suppose you wish it was beer.
I'll say.
Hey, Ruth,
Yes, Daddy.
where is the dog?
He's out in the yard.
Out in the yard, eh? Well, don't give him that new bone now. He doesn't get that till tomorrow. Hello, Dad. Oh, hello, Ben. Where's Jane?
Is she here?
Yeah. Just went out to the icebox with Ma to get some milk.
Ah,
Sit down, Ben. Oh.
thanks.
Jane didn't know that you were coming home so soon, did she?
No, I had to cut it short to see a prospect in Vineland. And I sold them, too.
Well, so you sold him? Don't mind, do you?
No.
Well, I'm glad to hear you sold him. That's good. Keep a hold of your business while you can, Ben. It gets away from you when you begin to have a family.
Now, see here, Dad. Why do you want to worry so much about business? Why, you're rich and you're retired. You've done your bit. Why don't you let the rest of them worry?
Because they don't. Do you care if I sit down over there?
No.
Thanks. Very good of you. I'm sick and disgusted with all this fool extravagance. Look at there. 11 umbrellas, and it hasn't rained for a month. Have you got that signed option I gave you for the sale of this house some time ago?
Oh, no. That was outdated long ago.
Have you got any blanks?
Sure. I'm the complete real estate agent.
You're a fine real estate agent. Had this property for years. You haven't even got an offer for it.
Hello, Ben.
Hello, Ma.
Oh, Jane. Here's Ben.
Well, are you back?
Well, did you miss me while I was gone, kitten?
Kitten. Wouldn't that make you sick?
Why, I think it's real nice.
Now. Don't muss me. I know how you've been acting at that convention. when you're so awful nice when you get back?
She doesn't want to be much. She's like Kate and Ruth. She doesn't know what she wants. None of them do.
Well, I took one of them off your hands, didn't I, Daddy?
Yes, he did, Pa.
Oh, well, Ben never was very smart. Duke will be harder to get. The man knows a whole lot at Duke's age. Here it is, Ben. All made out and signed.
What's that?
Option for the sale of this house. Now, Ben, you go ahead and give me some action.
Oh, Pa.
Now, don't be hasty, Father. You're worth $100,000.
Stop saying that. Will you stop saying that? That's what's done all the damage. They all get used to saying that I'm worth $100,000. Last year, with my dividends shrinking, my expenses were $5,000 more than my income. Do you remember, Ma, when our expenses were only $1,800 a year? Back in the little house? Your Ma was the prettiest woman then. It's a long time ago. Expenses went on up to $8,000, $10,000, $13,000. Last year, I tell you, I lost $5,000 just for home expenses. Garage bills and lessons and dresses and manicure and hair washing and foolishness.
Well, I don't understand why. We don't live half as well as some of our friends.
We ain't got half as much as some of our friends. We never did have. I always tried to do business legitimate. Pretty near. We've been trying to live up to this house. I'm going to sell it out. Buy a small house on a side street, and that's the way we're going to live. Kate and all, if we starve to death. Of course, if Kate had had sense enough to get Duke Merrill that time, 2 years ago.
Oh, Paul, it'll be all right. She bought those dresses hoping to see Duke in Atlantic City.
Why, Duke's here.
What?
Yes, he drove me back from the convention. I just left him downtown. He said he might drop in after a while and see Jane and me.
Surely he'll stop in and see us.
Now, you know that he and Kate haven't met since...
He's coming here. Then all that dress money is wasted.
Why, that's probably Duke.
I'll bet it is. Let's go tell Kate so she can finish dressing. Isn't it lucky? She has new dresses to meet him in. And Ma, tell her to wear the pink one.
Oh, I thought the lavender.
No. She refused him in lavender.
Tell her the pink. Well, go and open that door, will you? What's the matter with you? Are you sick?
I came from Harger's to fix the pipe in the kitchen.
What? Why didn't you go to the back door?
Didn't you say so?
Walking in here on the carpet with your muddy feet.
My feet are not muddy. If you want that pipe fixed, I'm here to do it.
Then go to the back door.
Well, I went there first. There's no one there.
Are them your working clothes?
Oh, no, sir. I'm to see what's to be done, then go back and get the tools and stuff and come back.
And charge up time while you're changing clothes, I suppose.
Well, you can settle that with Harger.
Harger's a thief.
Settle that with him, too.
Say, you're pretty sassy.
No, I'm not, Mr. Bence. Gee, I spoke to you civilly, but I don't see that I should stand abuse for nothing. I'm not a plumber by trade. I'm an architect.
If you're architect, what are you plumbing for?
Well, I can do that, too, and I'm working at it till I get some contracts in my own line. I can't afford to do nothing.
Well, come on out this way, then, if your feet are clean. I'll show you that pipe.
Well, I'll go around the back way if you
Hey,
wish.
and charge up time for it. Never mind now. It's all right this way.
All right.
Hey, Dad, there's Duke.
What? Where?
Yeah, coming down the street in that big car. Hey, Duke!
Have you got any cigars?
Yeah, a couple.
Well, give me one to give to him. All right, just one. Well, all right. Got any matches?
No.
I'll keep them.
Well, the Duke's probably got a lighter.
Well, hello,
Mr. Bence.
Duke.
How are you?
Ben said that you were coming through. Have another
I promised Ben I'd stop in to see Jay and all of you.
Well, that's fine. Let me have one of them.
Oh.
Say, how do you like the Duke's new car, Dad?
I like it.
Well, them fancy windshields cost you a little extra, don't they,
Oh,
Duke?
not much. Would you care to take a ride?
Sure, just drive around the corner there to my house.
I thought maybe you're going over to our house. Well, never mind. I'll go with you. Now, be careful going around that corner, Duke. Sometimes the traffic comes around lickety split.
I'll watch out for it.
Oh. Did your car break down?
Oh, no, that's a pipe wrench. See, I came to fix the plumbing in your kitchen. Your father didn't stay to show me the work.
Oh, well, you can just wait here till he comes back.
Well, I better not. Your father didn't want to pay for the time on the plumbing, and still he's left me standing here without showing me the work, and I have to charge him for my time.
How much?
$4 an hour.
Oh, you make a lot, don't you?
Well, not now. I don't make so much now, but I will. I'm an architect.
Oh, I'll bet they make a lot.
I know one that made thousands of dollars.
Oh. Won't you sit down?
Well, it doesn't seem just honest sitting down at $4 an hour.
Oh, Daddy won't care. He's worth $100,000.
Say, it's pretty nice of you to talk to me. I'm a poor person. You're rich.
Oh, you'll be rich, too.
How can you tell?
Oh, I can judge a man. Are you going to build houses?
Oh, yeah, houses and other things. I have the plans all drawn for a church.
Do you need plumbing in a church?
Oh, you bet you do. You know, most people never think of that. Now, for instance, in my church, all the choir rooms are going to have shower baths for the soloists. They made me sing a solo once. Gee, I'll never forget it.
My, your church is going to be very modern, isn't it?
Oh, yes. It's an original design. Nobody ever heard of a church like it. It's going to have 4 white steeples and a dome.
Why, that sounds just like the church in my sister's book. This copy's a little soiled. We've shown it to so many people.
Angie's Temptation. Say, I've got a copy of that. I got it at the YMCA.
Oh, yes, we sent them 300 copies. We needed more room in the attic.
Oh, well, say, you know, this is where I got the first idea for that church. I made mine just opposite.
Oh, yes, the one in the book has 4 domes and a steeple. But I know you'll build yours your own way.
Oh, say, anything I build will be done my own way. You remember in this book where the heroine said that she would always love a man who was determined to get what he wanted? And then she meets a fellow like that just when she's in trouble, and he sweeps her right off her feet and then marries her. Gee, do you know what I determined when I read that book?
To build a church.
Oh, yeah, that, but something else. Something about the girl that wrote the book.
Oh, I wonder what.
Oh, nothing.
Isn't it great that you're going to meet her?
Who?
Why, Kate, my sister.
Huh?
Don't you understand? My sister Kate wrote that book.
She did? Catherine Bench. Gee.
Have you ever seen my sister?
No.
This is Kate.
Say, she looks just like I thought she would. Yeah? No? I believe you look more like I thought. Yeah, she's older.
Oh, how did you know how she'd look?
Oh, I just kind of imagine.
She'll be coming down in a minute.
Well, I can't see her now. Say, maybe you could show me the way to the kitchen.
Oh, why, yes, I can. It's right straight through that door.
Listen, don't say anything, will you?
Certainly not. Where's everybody? Oh, you did put on the pink one. They told me... Who were you talking to down here? Oh, the most wonderful man. He just went out in the kitchen. Wait till you meet him. He read your book. And listen, he said it inspired him and made him live his own life and get everything he wants. He did? He read my book? Liked it? Oh, yes. He said he got an idea from your book that made him a great architect. Who is he? He's a plumber. And listen, he said he's going to build a cathedral with shower baths. Ruth, are you trying to make fun of me? Why, no. He means it. Why, he's got wonderful ideas. Nonsense. All right. But I bet you'll be glad to meet him. He reminds me of Mr. Lindbergh.
Well, come on, Ben.
I put your bag in the spare room, Duke.
Thanks, Ben.
Very natural to see you around again, Duke. I tell you, Duke, suppose you sit down here a little while and I'll send Kate over to talk to you. See, the house is sort of littered up and all.
That's a good idea, Mr. Benson.
Come on, Ben. Say, Ben, I'll send Kate over there. You go back and see the Duke doesn't get away, will you?
Sure, I got judgment.
Comparatively.
Kate'll be out in a minute. I'll see you later.
No, Ben, stick around.
Well, I thought that you and Kate
Oh,
might
I
want
know
to...
that's the idea, but I don't want Kate to come out and find me all alone here as though I'd arranged it.
Well, I'll stay if you want me to.
Yes. But, I do want to talk with Kate.
Here, this sounds serious, Duke.
It is serious. It's time Kate and I came to an understanding. We should have been married 2 years ago. We would have been if I hadn't... Oh, well, I blew up, and It was just the time that she wrote that fool book, you know.
Hey, you published that book, didn't you?
I wouldn't have her know that for the world, not even when we're married.
Married?
Hmm.
Hey, see here, Duke. You ought to know when you're well off.
What?
Well, you know, I suppose I oughtn't to say this, but Kate's an awful nut.
Oh, I know, but when you care for anybody, you make allowances for them. And I care for Kate. Of course, I know there's no sense to it. There's no sense to her, much, but I don't like 'em too sensible.
No, Jane's that way.
Oh.
Sensible, something disgusting.
See, Kate was my first love, and I want her. That's how it is with me, Ben.
Well, then you ought to have her. You're certainly not asking much.
Thanks, Ben. You always did understand. And then she's had a lot to contend with here at home.
Old Dad Bence is planning to sell this house right now. Just wait till Kate hears that.
Oh, I'd hate to see this house in the hands of a stranger.
See here.
What?
Why don't you buy this house yourself? Now, that'd make a hit with Kate.
Ben, that's not a bad idea. Hello, Kate.
Hello, Duke. You two boys talking over old times?
Yes, talking about, cars and things.
Yeah, you know, cars. Oh, say, remember the time you busted that windshield? Yeah, on your first car, Duke, the old Buick.
Oh, yes. You were trying to teach me to drive.
You know, she can't drive any better now than she could then.
Do you suppose you could get anyone to hurry up and wash that car for me, Ben?
Oh, Jane will be home in a minute, Ben. Why don't you take her along with you when you go down with Duke's car?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll see you tonight, then.
Good to see you, Duke.
Good to see you, Kate. I missed you when I drove through last week. That's why I came back. My persistence ought to tell you how determined I am.
Determined about what?
About, to see you again, patch up our little quarrel of 2 years ago, and go on from there.
That little difference seems very far back in the past.
Our little fight occurred 2 years ago last Thursday.
Let me say this, Duke. It's awfully nice to see you again.
Kate,
We mean a lot to each other. We can't get away from that.
you mean a lot to me, Kate.
Think what a little thing we quarreled about. Just because I wanted an artistic career.
Oh, yes, career.
A chance to express myself artistically in some successful way before I was switched off to running a house and bringing up children. A chance to do something to be remembered.
I've given you 2 years, Kate.
That was a fairly close guess.
Huh?
Oh, I couldn't marry you, Duke, when you had no faith in me. It was your telling me that I had no talent that made me determined to show you that I have. So I'm glad you've come back to me just at this time when I can show you.
Show me what?
I've just got my chance. My voice is good for musical comedy, a little light for grand opera.
Yes, dear. Just a little light.
Well, just the same, I'm going to Atlantic City to rehearse with the company. I'm to see Mr. Sherman at the Ambassador tomorrow. That's why I'm going over there.
No. Look here, Kate, this man, Oscar Sherman, is pretty well known. Don't you see, you poor, silly girl, that all he's doing is trying to make a date with you in Atlantic City?
Oh, no.
Why, of course. He didn't expect you to take his story about the part seriously. How could he? You've never had any stage experience. Really, Kate, you ought to know better. Let's see, how old are you? Why, you're 25 years old.
Well, you know nothing about this. You're simply jumping to conclusions.
Oh, am I? Well, then I tell you what we'll do. You marry me first, and we'll see when you turn up in Atlantic City with a husband on the ground how strong you are with Mr. Oscar Sherman.
Oh, that's beastly of you. You think I have no talent.
Darling, you've had years to show that you have talent. You haven't any, Kate. You can't paint, you can't sing, you can't dance. In all this time, you haven't produced one finished piece of work.
Oh, really? How about my book?
Well, how about it?
Well, I know it didn't sell, but at least it was published.
Yes, that was the big mistake.
Oh, you think so? Well, publishers don't usually make big mistakes.
This one did. I happen to know that he never published any more. Oh, I know you did your best, Kate, but doesn't that show you...
Oh, that's hateful of you. Is that what you've come back for, to discourage and insult me?
I'm trying to make you face facts. I'm telling you the truth because I love you and I'm going to marry you.
Marry me?
Why, of course I'm going to marry you sometime. I wouldn't let you marry anyone else.
Oh, you think I must marry you, that's it. You're trying to destroy my one little hope.
Kate, if you'd only listen. I never meant to quarrel with you again, but this ridiculous idea you've got...
It isn't ridiculous. You know my life in this house has become impossible. You must know that.
Why?
Father's even threatening to sell this house to humiliate us all. But I suppose you think I must come to you for protection at your terms.
Now you're talking wildly, Kate.
So don't talk to me.
Well, I'm sorry if the truth hurts. I'm sorry if you choose to misunderstand. Make my excuses to the folks, please. I'll be at Ben's tonight.
You're just like all the rest of them. Don't talk to me anymore.
Good night, Kate. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh!
Yeah, but I gotta go back to Harger's to get the rest of my tools.
That's my sister, Kate.
Oh, who are you?
Why, I'm fixing a pipe in the kitchen. I'm from Harger's.
Well, what do you want? What are you staring at? Well, tell her.
She has something to tell you, Kate. It's awfully romantic. She told me in the kitchen.
Tell her. What'd my sister say? Well, what do you want with me?
Why, well, you see, I didn't mean to say anything, but, see, I read Angie's Temptation, And I'm an architect, and, well, I swore once to find the girl that wrote that book and
Yes, don't stammer, and what?
and marry her, that's what.
Marry her?
Oh, you needn't start in to make fun of me now like your father did. I'm determined, and I live my own life, and I rule my own fate, and I don't stammer.
Wait. You say you're an architect?
Yes.
And you got an inspiration from my book. You believe in me.
Yes?
And you want to marry me.
Yes?
Oh, listen. Don't ask questions. Just answer yes or no. Would you marry me now? Today? Right away, within the hour, the half hour?
Well, I...
Don't stammer, would you?
I'm not stammering, yes.
How quickly can you take me to Williston across the river?
Well, I got my Ford outside, or the boss's Ford, but gee,
But what, are you afraid?
Yes. No.
Well, don't stand there staring at me. Come on!
Gee whiz.
You truly did. Life with its sorrow, life with its tears.
Oh, for heaven's sake, will you? I love you truly, and wearing out your shoes playing hopscotch.
Oh, I think that's pretty.
Yeah, that part she left out is splendid.
Hasn't Kate come yet?
No, Kate hasn't. Coal, $18 a ton. Robbers.
We should phone Hodges' shop pa again. See if we can have the water turned on so we can wash the dishes.
There's no use phoning Hodges' shop. It's 9 o'clock. He closes up at 6.
Well, why don't you phone Harger's house?
He ain't in the phone book, I tell you.
It might be an intelligent idea to ask information.
Oh, shut up, Jane.
Hello?
All right now. I can do that. I'm not crippled. If it is an intelligent idea, where would you get it? Give me information.
You'll get that phone all greasy, pa, with your dirty hands.
How am I going to wash them if I ain't got any water? Oh, information? Now, you're ringing her. Why doesn't she answer?
There was no sense in getting your hands so dirty.
Will you... Yes, I want Hodges' number. Hodges, the plumber, his telephone number. I don't know his initials. Jerky Hodges, that's all I know. He walks with a limp. You look in the J's. 0809. Oh, take this down, Ruth. Wait! That's his shop. I've been calling that all afternoon. I want his house. It's got our water turned off. I want to wash my hands.
And the dishes, pa.
And the dish. Will you shut up? And the... Well, you ought to have. Well, that's pretty doggone poor telephone service. You can take the phone out. Hodges hasn't got any residence. What time is it?
9 o'clock.
I wonder where Kate went.
Why, when I saw her last, she spoke to Mr. James a minute.
Mr. James?
Yes, Campy James, he said his name was. The plumber, you know. He read her book.
That was what I was paying him $4 an hour for, was it? To talk to her about her fool book.
Oh, she likes to talk to anybody that ever read her book.
Well, she wouldn't have many to talk to.
Well, I'll have something to talk to her about. Keeping Ben away from his dinner and riding around in Duke Merrill's car for 5 mortal hours.
Ooh, maybe Kate's run away and got married.
Who to?
To Duke, who would you suppose?
It's darn likely. He's got too much sense. Stop burning those matches, will you? Do you want to set fire to your mother? Here, give me those matches. Give them here. Sit down here. Sit down here. Spilling them all over the floor. Sit up close. Can't you be affectionate? You may not have your father very long. Listen, about Kate. Duke didn't pay much attention to Kate when he did see her, did he?
It's a shame if he gets away again.
It's her own fault if he gets away again. She had every chance.
Well, I should say she did.
Well, she couldn't ask him to marry her, could she?
Oh, you keep still, Ruth. When you get older, you'll find it's not so funny. A man getting away from you.
Funny for the man if he gets away.
That's somebody. I'll see. I'll see. Yes? Yes, Kate?
Yes, Kate.
No. When? Oh, you darling.
She's had a tooth pulled.
Why wouldn't you? Of course you're going to bring him with you. Sure, I'll tell Father. He'll be delighted. Oh, hurry. And listen. Oh, she run off. What is it?
Who? Who's coming?
Kate's coming home. She's married. She's married? Oh, how wonderful!
Wait a minute. What is it? What did she say? She's married?
She was married across the river. Wanted me to tell you she was bringing her husband home. Married across the river. My baby married. My baby. Oh, Ma, you wanted her to get Duke, didn't you?
Who wanted it?
Why, I think it's lovely. And her not saying a word, going off this way.
But you wanted her to get married, didn't you? All of you?
I don't care if we did. We didn't mean it. Parents never do mean it when it comes right down to it.
Oh, we meant it, Ma, in a way. It is only natural that we should want Kate to do well. She's our own flesh and blood. But we'll miss her. Standing upstairs in the morning, looking out the window, waiting for somebody to go down and get breakfast.
Maybe it isn't true. Maybe it's a joke.
Of course it's true. What do you mean it isn't true?
Of course it's true. She said she was married and bringing her husband home. And she hoped, Father, you remember she's a married woman now, and treat her with respect.
Why, what is she talking about? We all like Duke. Have liked him ever since he was a boy. Do you suppose he put her up to say that for a joke? I tell you, Kate has got a lot of sense. I have always said that. Darn level-headed girl. Of course, you can't notice it. Just think of her getting it all over and settled before he was here an hour. Of course, we'll treat her with respect. $1 million. I wonder where they're going to sleep.
Oh, I think I'll sleep in the extra.
Oh, Mama, say guest room.
Spare room.
And throw my room and hers into a suite. Open the curtains, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Better see if the suite is in order. I sharpened a pencil in there a while ago.
Oh, I wish we had those fancy pillowcases Kate wanted us to get.
I'll get you mine.
Jane, will you run over and bring them your fancy pillow clips?
I said I would, didn't I?
Oh, I'll go with you, Jane.
You'd better stay here, Mother, to receive them.
I'll receive them. I'm the parent.
I know, but I wouldn't want to miss being here when they come.
Oh, that's all right, Ma. I'll hurry.
Oh, they won't have had any supper. We'll have to get them a bite to eat when Jane gets back.
Sure, Ma. Get them up something good. Something that ain't burnt.
Oh, there isn't any water, you know.
Oh, that plumber.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
You don't need water. Fry something.
Maybe I can go away to school now, Daddy.
Oh, sure you can, Ruthie. You can have a whole lot of new dresses now.
Oh, goody.
Duke will probably insist on paying for them.
There they are.
You're all I've got now, Ruthie. Remember now, Ruthie, Katie is a married woman now. Got to be treated with respect. Certain amount. Welcome, my daughter. Come in. Where's your husband?
Where's Mother? Kiss me, Kate. Mother's out in the kitchen.
Call your husband in, Kate, dear.
Yes, I will, Father. And remember, he is my husband. Come, dear.
What the devil are you doing here?
Father, don't speak that way. This is my husband.
Ruth, go call your mother.
No, Ruth. Don't call her. Father, I don't want Mother here yet.
Call your mother.
No, Ruth. Now, Father, what's done can't be undone.
How long have you known her?
Well, I just met her this evening.
Call your mother. Kate's crazy.
No, Ruth. Now, Father, now I'm free. I have a name of my own, and I have a husband. The fact that he has no money now doesn't matter.
What have I ever done?
It doesn't matter in the least. We shall make our own future somehow. He has faith in me, and he has ambition. He says that what he learns, he never forgets.
He forgot to turn the water on.
Oh, yes.
Have they?
Kate.
Mother.
My little girl.
Mother. This is Kemp.
How do you do?
How do you...
Why, where's Duke?
Mama, dear, this is Kate's husband.
Oh, no, Ruth. He's the plumber.
This is my husband, Mother.
What? Why, we thought.
Never mind what you thought. I don't want to hear about Duke.
You hold your tongue.
My father.
You hold your tongue. Who do you think you're talking to? You and your Mr. Kemp. Now, see here. I have put up with your darned idiotic foolishness long enough. Now you go to your room. I want to talk to this plumber.
Father, remember.
You'll remember. Ruth, go to your room.
Oh, Dad.
Go to your room.
Yes, Daddy.
Well, hurry up. Don't look back at me. Go on. Now you go to your room.
I will not. I'm a married
Will
woman.
you go to your room, or do you want me to ask the both of you out of this house?
Mr. Bench, she's your daughter, and she's my wife.
She's your wife. Well, if she's your wife, do you think you can support her? Or do you expect me to support the both of you? And perhaps more. Do you expect that? Answer me.
Well, to tell the truth, Mr. Bench, I hadn't figured on any more.
Oh.
You see, it all happened so suddenly.
You see, it was this way, Father.
I know the way it was. Never mind that.
You see, I read a book she wrote, and I always swore that I would marry the girl that wrote that book.
And he got a great idea for my book for a church. You see, he's not a plumber. He's an architect.
Yes, I have plans for a church.
And don't you see, there's a church needed here.
There's the straitjacket needed here. Will you go to your room?
Father, please listen and be reasonable.
I won't be reasonable.
All right, Father.
Ah.
Mr. Bench, I can take care of my wife. Come, Catherine.
Where?
Where?
Well, To the Central House, I guess. I know the clerk.
What?
Oh, it's all right. I stopped there, and I'm paid up.
The roof leaks.
Oh, no, Kemp. Now, just because Father's lost his head is no reason we should. After all, he is my father, and I suppose he must be considered. Father, you want me to go to my room?
Go to your room. I want to talk to this fellow.
It's a perfectly reasonable request, Kemp. Father, you wish to speak to my husband alone?
Oh, will you
Very
go to your
well.
room?
Don't be excitable, Kemp.
Okay. Kate, wait a minute. Oh, dear, I think I'm going to faint.
Go upstairs and faint. Now, young man, why did you do this? Why did you marry my daughter?
Well, sir, because I wanted her ever since I read her book. And it says in it that a girl always admires a man that gets what he wants, and I always try to make an effort to be that way.
Oh, you do?
Yes, sir, and I always thought, too, that a man could get what he wants if he's determined, and it says so in in my wife's, in Catherine's book. That's the first thing that struck me.
You get everything you want, eh?
Well, about everything.
Did you ever want to get money? Did it ever strike you that it might be a nice thing for you to try to get a little money?
Why, your daughter said you had $100,000.
Oh, you thought you'd get that?
Oh, no, I didn't want that. I thought from the way you asked me if I had any that you wanted to borrow some.
Oh, you did?
Well, I'd lend it to you if I had it on account of Catherine.
Don't talk back to me. You get everything you want. Well, you're going to get something that you don't want. I'm going to break this fool marriage. And until it's broken, you stay out of here. Now, there's the door. Now, you go.
Oh, just a minute. I don't expect to stay here. I haven't got my things here anyhow. But, gee, don't you believe in giving a young fella a chance?
I am giving you a chance to get out. Are you going?
Oh, wait a minute. Can't you judge a man? Gee, I may be poor now, but you can't tell. I might get into something.
You'll get into it outside. You won't stay here and live on me.
Oh, I'd like to stay and talk to Kate's mother to tell her I've been honorable.
Oh, that won't be necessary. I'll have plenty to tell her. You get everything you want. Well, you go and get a start in life. And you can start now.
All right, but you'll be sorry.
Oh, I won't have to wait long. I'm sorry now.
I'll be back for my wife in the morning, Mr. Bounce. Or whatever your name is.
Ben! Doggone it. Ben!
Oh, Pa.
Father? Where's my husband?
I sent him about his business. He won't be your husband very long if I can help
How
it.
dare you?
Don't you how dare me.
Oh, Pa.
I don't want another word out of you either.
Oh, but you must listen.
That's all now. I've said all I got to say to your husband. I won't say any more.
But, Father...
That's all I tell you. I've had about all I can stand tonight. I don't want another word out of you or... Bounce! Ah!
He's mad.
The idea of his treating me like this.
Oh, dear, this is terrible. You married like this and your husband turned out of the house and the water turned off.
Oh. If he stays at that Central House tonight,
It'll be all over town. Oh, Ma, that mustn't happen.
It's not going to happen. He's coming back here and stay in this house.
I'll run after him. Oh, listen, Mr. James. You mustn't go away tonight.
Well, I didn't exactly. I was just standing here thinking.
Now, listen. We've been talking it over. My sister Jane will have phoned it all over town by now that Kate is married. And if you stop at the Central House, why, Kate will be disgraced. Listen, you must stay at our house.
Have you talked it over with your father?
No. But Daddy won't come out of his bedroom any more tonight. He never does when he goes to his room mad.
Well, are you sure he was mad?
I'd better go into Pa. He'll want some soda. He'll have his temper indigestion. It's me, Pa.
All right, all right.
Western Union, please. Hello, Western Union? This is 723. Yes. Will you take a message, please, to Mr. Oscar Sherman, Sherman, Hotel Ambassador, Atlantic City.
Is he one of those book publishers?
He's a theatrical manager.
Oh.
We'll arrive sometime tomorrow, accompanied by my husband. 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 Yes. Catherine Dent. Thank you.
But your name is Catherine James now, Kate.
Well, Catherine Dent is my professional name.
Well, what's your profession?
I've just accepted an offer to go into musical comedy.
On the stage?
Oh, Kate, really? And I shall need a secretary and an escort.
Yes, but what'll I do?
Just that. Take me to and from the theater and answer my letters. And in between times, you can work on your architecture.
Well, I've started putting in a bathtub.
Oh, I need you with me. You believe in me.
Yeah, but these people need a bathtub.
Don't make ridiculous objections.
Well, I don't like the idea of my wife going on the stage and me doing her escort work.
It isn't necessary for you to like it. It's all settled.
I don't know whether it is or not.
Now, you two mustn't quarrel.
Well, frankly, I don't care whether you go or not. I'm going. If you want to sleep at that Central House, go ahead. Good night. I'm going to bed.
Gee, she takes after her father, don't she?
Well,
Well, I guess I better be going.
oh, no, Mr. James, you mustn't go away tonight. That would be dreadful for all of us. Listen. You sleep here on the dog's bed.
Where's the dog?
I'll keep the dog. I have him in my room now, but this is his regular bed.
Well, things are mixed up enough around here now without me running the dog out of his bed.
I'll bring the dog if you'd rather.
Well, I believe I would, if it's all right with the dog.
Well, he likes everyone I like. I'm sure Daddy would like you, too, if it wasn't for Duke.
Say, who is this Duke? What's he the Duke of?
Why, Duke's the man Daddy thought Kate had married when she brought you in.
Oh. I must look a good deal different.
Well, it isn't that so much. But you see, he's worth $1 million. That's what irritated Father.
Well, I don't blame him. $1 million would irritate anybody. I've only got $1.50.
But you always get what you want.
Yeah. I'm beginning to wonder if that's a good thing. Say, if they think that she married the Duke, how will it prevent scandal for me to sleep with the dog?
Well, they'll find out in the morning that it was you she married. Don't you see? And that Father drove you out.
Yeah, but, well, I bet this Duke wouldn't stay here if he had been ordered out of the house and without any of his things.
Where are your things?
All my things are all over at the Central House. Say, I could work on my plans tonight if I had them here, and I'd like to have my toothbrush. Couldn't I go over and get my things and come back?
Well, yes. But you will come back, won't you?
Well, Oh, yes, I'll come back.
That's the best plan for tonight.
Sure. Things do seem different in the morning.
Now. I'll leave this door unlatched. And you come in easy, won't you?
Sure. Say, you're awfully good to me.
You know you left your wrench here. I'll keep it for you till morning.
Wow. That's a genuine Stilson wrench. They're the best make.
Oh, Duke, I must kiss you.
Well, if you must, you must.
Duke, we're all so happy.
That's fine. Are you moving?
No, these pillow slips are for you and Kate.
Is that so? From Kate? Thank her for me, will you?
Where is everybody? I had to stop and iron these. Where are they all? Oh, I'm so excited.
So am I.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I just thought I'd have a smoke.
My, it was a shock when we heard you and she got married so suddenly.
Shock to me, too. What? Is someone married around here?
Duke.
Huh.
What do you mean? Oh, you've been drinking.
No. I mean,
Hello, Duke.
Now, Ruthie, what's this about someone being married around here?
Why, don't you know?
I don't understand.
Kate's married to Mr. James.
Mr. James.
Kate married?
Who is he?
You mean to tell me that Kate's married?
Why, yes.
Oh, no, I can't believe it.
She's married. She phoned and said so. But we thought it was to you.
Poor girl.
Well, who is this Mr. James? Why did she marry him?
I know why she married him, but I don't know who he is. When did this happen?
Oh, they've been married over an hour.
But who is he?
He's the plumber.
Huh?
Of course, he's really an architect.
But I don't understand. Where did she meet this fellow?
Well, he came to fix the pipe in the kitchen, and she married him.
Huh. It's just like Kate. Well, that plumber won't sleep on these pillow slips.
Oh, those were for the bride and groom? The hairbrush, too?
Yes, that was for you.
Huh?
I mean for Mr. James.
Mr. James has no hairbrush?
No, he only mentioned his toothbrush.
Oh, he has teeth.
What did Father say? Where is Kate?
She's up in her room.
Oh, she is she?
Mother's been talking to Daddy.
Well, I'm going to find out about this. Married a plumber. Good night.
Okay.
Lucy, this marriage doesn't seem to be making a hit. What did your father say to Kate?
He said she wouldn't stay married very long if he could help it.
Oh, do you think Kate will stick to her husband?
Well, I don't know. They had a quarrel just a little while ago. She almost threatened to leave him then.
When was this quarrel?
Oh, after Daddy went in his room. Mr. James is coming back here and sleep on the couch.
Sleep?
Yes. We didn't want people to know.
Oh, I see. Look here, I'd like to talk to Kate before he comes back. Now, do you think you can persuade her to see me?
Well, all right. But you've been drinking a little, haven't you, Duke?
Yes. But not enough.
Well, I'll ask her.
Yes. Are you Mr. James?
Yes?
Well, I'm Mr. Merrill. Duke Merrill.
Oh, yes. I've heard them speak of you.
I'm an old friend of the family.
Yes. They're very nice people.
Hello, Kemp.
She won't see you, Duke.
Oh. I was anxious to have a few words with Kate. With your wife.
Well, if she told Ruth she won't, I wouldn't have any influence.
You have met each other?
Yeah, we just met.
I spoke to you about Duke, Kemp.
Yes, I remember.
So I see you two know each other.
Oh, yes. I met Ruth long before I met, my wife.
We had several long talks.
Ruth has told me about this whole affair.
Well, I'm glad of that. Nobody in this family seems to understand me as well as Ruth does.
You can talk freely to Duke, Kemp. He's an old friend of ours. And he's a lawyer. Maybe he could advise you about things.
This is a very peculiar situation, and I'd like to understand it a little better.
Yeah, so would I.
Well, perhaps by getting together, we could work this thing out in the way you want it worked out.
Kemp always gets what he wants.
Yeah, I get it too easy. I wish...
Well, what do you wish? That you hadn't married her?
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well, what is it? Why did you ask her?
I didn't. That is, I don't know just how it happened. You see, I read a book she wrote.
You didn't marry her on account of that book, did you?
Well, I got a great idea for a church out of it. I've got the plans all drawn.
What did Kate say when she asked you to marry her?
Oh, she didn't ask me. That is, she just asked me how soon I could marry her. And my Ford was standing there.
So you got married, and now you find you don't agree very well.
Well, she isn't reasonable. If she was anything like Ruth...
Now, wait a minute. You've got to be true to one duty at a time, Kemp.
Yes, of course. I want to be.
Of course.
Yeah. Now, Ruth, if you'll just run along to bed. See, I want to have a little talk with Kemp.
Don't you want me here, Kemp?
Yes, I do, but I guess that the Duke's right. It is hardly proper.
Oh. All right. Good night.
Now, Kemp, here's your chance. Mr. Bence has driven you out of his house, and you've got to assume your proper position in this house tonight. Sit down there.
May I?
Sure.
Gee, that's the first time I sat down since I got married.
Now, the object of this campaign is to teach Kate, let us say, a sense of values. Then you will...
Well, I don't understand. How do you know I'm not happy now?
I'll leave it to you. Are you?
No.
There you are.
Well, but, how do you know I'll be happy after I do teach Kate?
If you're not, I'll take her off your hands.
Well, that sounds fair. Great.
Cut that out. You're married now. First duty of a husband is to win his wife's respect. Now, your wife can't respect you, her father can't recognize you, and Ruth can't encourage you until you show this family that you are the master of the house and you are going to run it.
Yeah, but it isn't my house, I tell you. I don't own it. Gee, I don't own anything but $1.50 and my wrench.
You own the design for that church, don't you?
Oh, yes. But I can't get anything for it.
How much do you think it's worth?
Oh, it's worth thousands of dollars. I know that, but no one believes me. I'd take $40 for it.
Now, right here and now, I'll give you for those plans a receipted bill of sale for a property worth $15,000.
Gee whiz.
Here. Now, I own your church. You're to deliver the plans in the morning.
They're in that bundle.
Now, you own this house.
What do you mean?
That is a receipted bill of sale for this house and 2 lots. Option signed by your father-in-law, paid by me, my check to Mr. Bence in the hands of his other son-in-law, Mr. Ben Wade, and you own the house.
Well, but my plans may not work.
Doesn't matter. I can have them fixed. I own them. Now, you assert yourself. Remember, you're in your own house. You can impress that on Mr. Bence if he doesn't behave.
I'll make him behave.
That's the spirit. But remember, the main thing is to make Kate behave. Now, I'll stand by you. Just going out into the kitchen to get a little water. Ice water.
Oh, you make me so nervous.
Oh, will you shut up? Hey, did you lock that outside door?
Yes, I guess so.
Yeah, guess so. Don't you ever know anything?
Take your hat off.
Oh, let me alone. Oh, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
You get out of my house.
I won't.
Father Kemp, don't quarrel.
Oh, so that's it. You knew he was here. Now you go to your room.
She won't go to her room till I send her. She's my wife, and she'll do as I say.
You will, eh? Well, not in my house.
This is my house, do you understand? It's not your house, it's my house. And if you get fresh with me or my wife, I'll throw you out of it.
Kemp, what are you saying?
I'm saying that this is my house. I just bought it and I'm going to run it. Now, you either go back to your room or get out. I'm going to take a husband's place here.
Why, Kemp, don't dare talk that way.
Not a word, Kate.
How dare you?
Don't you talk back to me. You go to your room.
Don't you talk that way to my daughter, you young...
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Stop. Duke.
What's the trouble here?
Oh, Duke. Kate, there's something the matter with that fella. He thinks he owns this house.
I do. Here's the deed.
There ain't any deed. It was an option. Gave it to Ben this afternoon.
Gave it to Ben. Did he sell it to you?
Ben couldn't
Never
sell
mind
it.
it.
That...
It's all settled.
He couldn't sell it that quick, I tell you. Ben couldn't sell anything that quick.
Well, I'm going to find out about this. I'll bet it's a fake.
Yeah, you bet you'll find out.
Duke, listen. Is that thing legal?
Why, yes, this is all regular, Mr. Bence. The option has been taken and your agent paid.
Now, see here, Kate.
Oh, this is impossible.
Yes, but it's true, and you keep quiet. Now, I'm going to take a husband's place here, and you got to help me run this house and do a wife's work and get some sense.
Why, how dare you? You.
You take your hands off my wife.
I beg your pardon.
What?
What? It's my house. It's the only home I have.
Now, if you'll just leave this to me...
I'll leave nothing to you.
Again, you're quite right. I beg your pardon. If you'll excuse me...
No, you stay here. I want to talk to you anyhow. You have too much to say in my family.
Oh, don't fight. Don't fight.
No, don't fight.
Well, I won't unless I have to. Then I'll show you some fighting.
Oh, Ruthie, I'm so frightened.
Don't you mind him, Ma.
Ruth, you go to your room.
Well, all right, but you don't need to talk to me like that.
I won't stand there.
No, you either go to your room or get out.
Duke, are you going to stand there and have that man talk to me like that?
It's all legal, Mr. Bence. He owns the house.
I don't care if it is legal. That doesn't give him any right to throw me out of here before I get a chance to put my pants on.
Well, then go to bed. You got no business anyhow running around here undressed in front of my family.
I won't stand that.
Now, please consider me, Mr. Bence. Now, I don't think that he'd strike you, but he might strike me.
Now, listen, Duke. I'll...
All right, now you, Kate.
Now, wait a minute, Kemp.
Oh,
What's the matter?
nothing.
Now, it's all right for you to stand up for your rights, but you must not be so severe.
Why not?
What?
I say, why not? Why shouldn't Kemp be master of his own home if he owns it? Why should you presume to criticize?
Why, Kate.
Did you imagine I'd marry a man who wasn't capable of defending me and himself? Even against my father, the whole world for that matter? Did you?
I beg your pardon. I had no wish to intrude.
Well, you are intruding. Even an old friend should have some regard for ordinary delicacy. He is my husband, and as you say, in his own home. It's our wedding night. It's very late. You can find your way out? Come, Tim.
Oh, my gosh, you want me?
Why not? A woman wants her husband. Good night, Mr. Merrill.
Kate!
Kate, are you crazy?
Good night, please. Come. Tim.
Will you please go and get me some soda? This indigestion is almost killing me. Stop staring at that ceiling. Oh.
I told you the water's turned off.
Where is that plumber?
Thought you didn't want to talk to him again.
I don't want to talk to him. Personally. I want you to go and talk to him. Oh, hurry up, will you?
Yes.
What? Where? Oh. Hurry up, hurry up. Where did you buy that?
Oh, Macy's.
It serves you right. Can't you get your slippers on? Don't run around stiffly.
Yes.
Hurry up. Now you tell him to turn that water on or I'll break his neck.
Yes, Pa.
You can be a little bit diplomatic, can't you?
Yes, Pa.
Hurry. Where are you going now?
I'm going into Ruthie's room to ask her to tell him to turn the water on. He'll do it for her.
All right. Oh, shut up. Can a man even suffer? Oh.
Oh, where's Dan? I thought he was sleeping with you.
Oh, the dog. Yeah, he was, but he got kind of restless and went out. He isn't a very affectionate dog, is he?
He is with me.
Oh, well, of course, anybody would.
My mother wanted me to ask if you would please turn the water on.
Oh, say, I forgot all about that.
Well, you will, won't you? Daddy is suffering terribly.
Yeah, I heard him. Say, do you know where my wrench is?
Don't you know where you left it?
Well, I had it around here somewhere. I had it when I met your sister. Oh, you said you'd keep it for me. Don't you remember?
Oh, yes. When I was tidying up the room, I laid it away here.
Oh, say, thank you for taking such good care of it.
Oh, I hate to see.
Well, say, that's awfully nice of you. Why, it's been cleaned. It's all polished up. Ruth, did you?
You don't mind, do you?
Mind? Oh, say, that's wonderful. Nobody ever did anything like that for me before.
Of course, I didn't know at that time that you were getting married to my sister.
Oh, yeah. Well, you see, I didn't know at the time that you felt that way toward my wrench.
I don't understand why you married Kate in such a hurry.
Oh, neither do I. I'm always doing things like that. Well, this is going to be a great lesson to me about marriage.
You mustn't talk that way. This is your wedding night. They say a person never forgets it.
I'll never forget it. Say, Ruth, come on out in the kitchen and help me, will you?
Certainly.
He's going into the kitchen now, Pa, to turn the water on.
Yes, eh? Well, he'd better.
Don't make him mad again.
You don't suppose he heard me, do you?
No.
matter?
You know, I always thought a person would feel different after he was married.
Well, don't you?
No, only worse.
I thought I'd be happy when Kate got married. She and Daddy never got along very well.
Ruth, are you unhappy? Is some of it because Kate married me?
I don't think we ought to talk this way.
Well, I do. I think facts ought to be faced. Seems to me this marriage hasn't made anybody happy to speak of. Unless it was the justice of the peace.
Was he so happy? Tell me, how are you married?
Oh, we hustled and got a license and got this justice. He chewed tobacco and charged me $10. That's how I came to only have $1.50. I had $11.50 when I met Kate.
I don't understand why Kate married you. You see, Kate and Duke are in love with each other. Only they won't admit it.
Well, I shouldn't think they would. Why, that's terrible. My wife in love with another man.
Of course, they were in love before she married you.
Well, then why did she marry me?
That's what I don't understand. She must have gotten the idea out of Angie's Temptation.
Say, that's where she got it. That book oughtn't to be allowed. It oughtn't to be allowed in a YMCA anyhow.
It is kind of sad. Just think, here we all are, suddenly finding ourselves mixed up with life.
I'm mixed up, all right. And it isn't right either. Kate being married to me and in love with the Duke, and me married to her and...
Oh, you mustn't talk that way, Kempy.
Oh, well, it's true, Ruth. I don't love Kate as a husband should, not since...
Since?
Well, since you polished my wrench and everything.
Oh, Kempy.
Oh, it's true, Ruth. Since I know how I feel toward you...
You mustn't make love to me, Kemp. You're Kate's husband.
Well, I'm a husband in name only. And I'm going to stay that way. Gee, she had me worried once there tonight, though. I was awfully glad when you brought in the dog.
Poor boy. You're so unhappy.
Oh, well, you're unhappy too, aren't you?
Yes. Isn't it thrilling?
Thrilling? It's awful.
Kempy, even if I go away to school and we never see each other again, we can always remember tonight.
Oh, don't talk like that, Ruth. Gee, I don't like to think of staying here forever with you away.
Oh, I'll only be away 4 years.
Well, that's pretty long.
Yes, but things may change by then.
Yeah? Kate may not live forever.
Oh, Kemp!
Oh, I didn't mean to say... I mean, I just meant that, you know, you never can tell. The plumbing is awfully bad in this house.
Oh, that's wrong. We mustn't think of ourselves, Kemp.
No. Oh, I guess you're right, Ruth.
Just think. Here we are, all alone in the night with our trouble, and everyone else in the world fast asleep.
Where the blazes is that water?
Hey, you mustn't use that kind of language in front of, this house.
Well, you get me some water or you'll hear some more of it. I'm putting it dead.
Oh, all right. I'll turn it on for you, Mr. Bence. I'll get it.
Well, take a wrench. You can't bite that pipe open, can you? Take a wrench.
Oh, I'm afraid I'll have to use it, Ruth. I'll try not to get it dirty.
You bet you'll have to use it. I've tried every darn tool I've got in the house. Oh, come on, Ruthie. Don't stand there gaping after that pirate of a plumber. Oh.
Here's your soda, Pa.
He hasn't got the water turned on yet. I say the darn fool hasn't got the water turned on. What good is that empty glass? He hasn't got the water turned on yet. What have you been doing out there all this time, Ruth?
We've been talking. I've been telling him that he must take good care of you and Mother.
What are you wasting your time telling him that for? He'd let me die without a drink of water if he could.
Here it is.
Oh, give it to me. No, the wrench.
Oh, I didn't have to use the wrench.
You didn't?
No, I turned it on with my fingers.
Did you hurt your fingers?
Oh, no, my hands are pretty strong.
Maybe you're strong enough to hand me that water now.
I'll fix it.
I don't know as I want that soda now. I've waited too long.
Better take it, Pa.
Soda won't do me any good. For all the trouble I've got. Oh, stop playing with that spoon.
Oh, Daddy. Kemp and I have been talking it over, Daddy. Perhaps we can help you.
There's nobody can help me.
Yes, we can, Daddy.
Oh, yes, we can, Mr. Bence. Now, Ruth and I have talked this thing over and reached a decision. I think it's best for her to go away to school.
In this house, you're not running my family.
Better take your soda, Pa.
Keep away from me with that soda. Now, will you keep away from me? Now, I warn you. That is your idea of sympathy. Soda. Sit back in that chair. You'll slip off.
Now, I hope you won't let this sickness make you irritable, Mr. Bence.
Now, see here. You have got enough to do to boss Kate. You leave Ruth and me alone.
Oh, gee, I'd rather go away somewhere and start all over again.
You haven't finished what you started here yet.
Oh, I don't feel the same somehow.
Is your stomach all right?
Yes, sir. No.
Take it if you want it. It'll be thrown out anyhow. We've got to come to an understanding. You know, Ma and me were thinking about taking a trip out to California.
Yes, Pa, but if we could...
Don't talk nonsense, Ma. You want that trip. You're going to have it. I always did want to see them ostrich farms.
Ostrich farms? Why, I always thought those plumes grew on birds.
You know, sometimes I think there is something the matter with your mother. Yeah, I guess we might just as well go right on out to California now that the old home is lost. Sold. Right over our head.
I'll sell it back to you.
No, you won't.
Now, wait, Pa. Maybe we can get it back reasonable.
I'll sell it for the same price you got, $15,000.
The house ain't worth $15,000.
Oh, Pa.
Oh, that was your own price.
I had it on the market for years and years. There was 2 or 3 able-bodied real estate men lived and died of blood pressure trying to sell the doggone... You can't expect to step right up and get a price like that for it in 2 minutes.
Well, the house isn't worth that much. Why did the Duke, or the man that bought it, pay you that price?
Duke. Oh. So that's it.
You want your soda now, Pa?
No, drink it yourself. Now sit there and fizz.
I heard you talking.
Hello, Kate. Come on down, dear, will you?
We've been having such a nice talk.
Have you? About me, I suppose.
Why, yes, we couldn't go to bed until we find out how things stand.
Well, perhaps I have some plans of my own.
Why, no, you got a husband to make plans for you now. Ain't that right, Mr. You?
Huh?
I say, isn't that right?
Yeah. What?
I'm sorry, but I intend to go my own way.
Well, your husband will tell you what he thinks of that.
I think it's a great idea.
What? Oh, Kate, Duke and Ben are blind drunk over at the roadhouse. No.
What?
I've been phoning everywhere to find out where they were. The Wilkins just told me so. Oh, I must go to Duke. Yes, that's just what we must do, Kate. It's our duty. I have my car outside.
What will people say?
Yes.
You oughtn't to go there after Duke at this time of night, Kate. Kemp, you shouldn't let her.
Now, wait a minute.
I won't wait. I want to go to Duke. Don't listen to him, Jane.
Well, you're not going to Duke, and she might as well listen. Say, she's married to me, not to Duke.
That's right, they're married, and she has no business going to that roadhouse anytime, let alone 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going. Come on, Jane. I must see Duke. He needs me.
All right, come on.
She's not going.
How dare you stand there and talk like that to me in the house I was born in?
I don't care who was born in it. She's not going.
Don't let him bully you, Jane. I'm going to Duke, and don't you try to stop me.
Now, listen, Kate, you're my wife of your own request and your own choice, and you're not going to leave this house tonight to go to another man.
I must.
You won't.
Get out of my way. Let me go.
Good for him.
Oh, you're a fine master of the house. Oh, that was your fault.
What's the matter?
Oh, my goodness. Why, Ben, why, Duke.
Why, we just heard that you two were raising the devil over the roadhouse. The Wilkins just phoned. Jane and Kate have just gone to get you, Duke. They've just gone.
Kate went too?
Yes, Duke.
You mean Kate went to help me? I'll say she did.
I'll get him. I want to talk to Jane. She listens too much to the neighbors.
Duke, what do you suppose the Wilkins ever phoned a thing like that over here for?
Well, we were at the roadhouse.
Why, Duke.
Because I had business there. Why did you let Kate go there? Do you know it's after midnight?
Kemp tried to stop her.
Well, I won't try to stop her anymore. She can go wherever she likes from now on.
Why shouldn't you stop her? She's your wife.
Well, she's no wife to me, and you know it. I've been in trouble ever since I met her. I think she's crazy.
Don't you talk that way about my daughter. You
Well,
don't.
it's true. I came in this house to fix the pipe, and she took me off and married me. And I'm not of age either, and I didn't have my parents' consent.
Is that so? How old are you?
I was 20 on April 1st.
I want to talk with you, Kemp. Mr. and Mrs. Benz, will you excuse me? I'm going to take Kemp for a little walk. I think we can straighten this muddle out.
Oh, I wish you would take a hold, Duke. Them two will never get along now. Wait. You don't need to go out. Me and Ma is going to bed.
But, Pa, Kate will be back any minute.
Yes, well, I want to see Kate, too, Mrs. Benz.
Oh, yes, Ma. You know Duke is a lawyer. Come on now. Don't fall down.
Good night, Mr. Benson.
Oh, yeah. You know, I liked you right from the first.
Thank you. I couldn't tell at first.
Well, you didn't pay attention. Oh, come on, Ma. Hurry up now. Get in there, will you?
I think I'd better go, too.
No, you'll want to hear this, Ruthie. Now, listen, Kemp. I've just been to that roadhouse, and I saw the justice of the peace. I came back here meaning to ask you several questions. But if you're underage, that clinches the matter. Oh, hello, Kate. Where's Ben?
They've gone over home. Where are the folks? Excuse me, please. Hello? Yes, this is Catherine Dan. Atlantic City, long distance.
Lucy, will you walk out to the gate with me?
I just so. Hello? Yes, Mr. Sherman. What's that? Oh, that was a mistake. No, I'm not married. I'm going to have it annulled. Yes, I'm driving over in the morning with my husband. I mean, with Mr.
Merrill.
Merrill. Oh,
I'm going to be married in the morning. Oh, you'll like him.
Yes, he will.
Certainly. What's that? Interfere with rehearsal? Well, you can just keep your old musical comedy.
What's the matter, Kate?
He doesn't want me, Duke.
You poor kid.
Oh, but don't you see? I don't want to go now.
Say, Ruth, if things are all right in the morning, you know,
Yes?
well, I'd like you and me to, I don't know how to say it, but I haven't got anything to give you, a ring or anything, but would you keep my wrench for me?
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Ruth, do you suppose it would be all right for me to kiss you?
Oh, no.
Ruth! Come in here.
Oh, wait a minute, Daddy. This is important. Yes.
Oh.
I'm sorry to keep you up, Mr. Bentz, but we're going to be married.
Ma! Ma!
What's the matter?
He is going to marry both of our daughters in the same day.
Who?
That summer.
Oh, Ma.
You.
Hey, watch out! Look out, Ruthie. I better be going.
You. Get out of there.